Nice to see you.
Let me say something first, Mike, and I'll introduce you. One thing I wanted to say when Red was talking, when you get the opportunity to have the co-host or the host, there's a couple things there, and I'm talking to people that are in on passive, and I'm talking to people that might watch this 3 months from now. If you've been out there marketing for months, years, whatever, and failed, yeah, I'm talking to 99% of you because the numbers don't lie. There's things in unpassive that if you came in as a reseller, failure is over. You will succeed, and you can determine how fast you want to succeed. I'm telling you this with 20 years of experience, getting fried like a hamburger for 15 years. I know what failure is. And by the way, me and this gentleman here, Mike Ellis, have drove 20, 30, 40,000 people and all the things we've done into a team and still failed. So if you think you're bringing in a couple people or 50 people, I'm going to make it, you're going to die. It's just the more you get, the longer it's going to take to die. You have to have a system that's made for you to win. Passive is winning. If you get in, I don't care if it's 7 months from now or 7 years from now, you can succeed in passive. All the tools are there. They do all the heavy work. You just got to get in, be focused, and win. It's really, really that simple. Anyway, I'm going to turn it over to Mike Ellis. I've worked with him for 10 years. We worked together. We were so-called marketers, but we tried our best, but we found this company, thank God above, to Red Redford and Peter Rogers. Mike Ellis, let her rip. I'm done.
No, thanks, Marty. I could listen to you guys for hours. I mean, on passive, you never run out of things to talk about. Marty talked about Dan and myself and Marty failing over the last 12 years. And it's true, but the reason we failed is because we'd get into these things and we'd just go, we're done. We're not doing this. They don't do what they say they're going to do, and we can't bring anybody with them. So it was a combination of things that brought us into unpassive. And as you can see, listening to Red, listening to Chris, listening to Marty, you have a pretty good idea today what unpassive is, what O Connect is. And when you start to think about O Connect, which is the first product of unpassive, we will dominate, absolutely dominate. And we will dominate the world. If O Connect is all we ever did, it is enough for each and every individual participating with unpassive today, period. It really is. It really is. But I really want to hit on some things that Chris said, because he was kind of going around the edges of what's been on my mind for probably the last 3 weeks. As we've had a lead up into all of these video conferences of O Connect, and they've gotten better and they've gotten better and they've gotten better. And obviously you've heard from Red and Marty and Chris just how spectacular O Connect is. We're at a point in time when, yeah, we've seen what the corporate side of unpassive has done over the last 4 years, and it's been phenomenal. None of us would be here unless Mr. Ash came on with his vision, put the team together, and has done what they've done to bring us to this point in time. But here's the deal. You are not a spectator. You are not on the sideline. You are here. You are part of this team. And today is your day. This is your time. This is your time to shine. And each and every one of us, it's so important that you get this. Each and every one of you are part of this, moving unpassive forward faster than any other company in the world has ever moved. This is what we're going to do. This is you and I. This is our time. Yes, it's absolutely phenomenal to listen to Ash talk, to listen to Muhammad Kamal talk, to listen to the people of unpassive, corporate side of unpassive talk. But today, it's about us. We are the engine of unpassive, one of the engines of that. We are going to move unpassive we're going to move them forward so fast, people aren't going to know what hit them. And why is that important? Because when that happens, when we do what we're supposed to do, then everything else starts to flow. And when I say that, you should know what I'm talking about. Abundance is going to flow. And Chris says it's going to take time. Yeah, it is. couple of days, couple of weeks, you're going to see what's happening in your organization, in your business, in your life. And from that, as we go over the next 3 months, 6 months, a year, all of a sudden, those things that Chris were talking about, all of a sudden you're looking at that and you're going, why not? I'm in Unpassive. I'm part of this organization. I'm part of this magnificent team of Unpassive. I can do anything. And then we start to think, okay, OConnect's coming out. OConnect's coming out. And then you start to think about, and I told Marty this the other day, he mentioned O-Tracker on one of his lives, and I went, well, O-Tracker, that sounds, I looked it up. It's got a 20 billion a year market cap. 20 billion. It is as good as OConnect. And OConnect will just blow you away, as Red and Chris and Marty have told you. It's going to blow you away. OConnect is going to do the same thing. That's 2 products. Guys, we don't need anything else. And what do we have coming behind that? I mean, when you start to think about it, some of the things we've heard in the past, some of the things that Marty hasn't talked about, some of the things Ash hasn't talked about yet, what's coming is just going to blow each and every one of us away. We are in such a great place. And listening to Red, listening to Chris, listening to Marty, talk about OConnect, talk about the partnership with Dubai. And I hadn't made that connection either. I hadn't connected the dots. And when Red explained it, I went, what? What are they doing? It's a really, and that's just one thing. I mean, Ash on the conference the other day, he started jabbing Muhammad Kamal. Well, is that all? Is that all? Don't you want to tell us something else? And Muhammad said, no, that's not for today. That's for a week down the road. That's just one other thing. There are so many things coming our way. This is your time. This is our time to perform. This is our time to do what we need to do in Unpassive. And in doing that, the abundance will flow, lives will change, and that's what we're going to continue to do. We're going to continue to change lives. You think that the gentleman in Africa has seen anything yet? Wait until things start to flow. He's not going to be building a school. He's going to be building a whole city. And that's just what those individuals are saying with Unpassive. There are so many things we're going to be able to do. Yeah, we want to take care of our gas tank. We want to fill up. We want to feel good about ourselves, take care of our family, take care of our lives, take care of our community. But believe me, that goes very, very quickly with Unpassive. And when you get there, and then all of a sudden you're going, well, they need a little something, and they need a little something. And you've got an army of 1 million people moving in the same direction. We can take care of these things in a heartbeat, absolute heartbeat. So that's really what I wanted to focus on today. This is your time. Your time. You are the champion. You are part of a team that is going to do things nobody else has ever done in the world. And as Ash comes out and gives us these little things to do, jump on them. We want to do this so quick, heads are going to spin. So that's it, Marty. Just a quick. It's time.
Beautiful. Thank you, Mike. Mike wasn't given any notice. 2 minutes before 2 o'clock. He said, what are you doing? I said, I'm going on 360. You want to come on? Yeah. Anyway, but listen, when it's in your bone marrow, you don't need to think about it. I hardly ever write anything down. And if I do, I can't find out what I did with it. You know what I mean? I got all kinds of stuff written down. I don't know where it's at. Yeah, we're going to close it out. The theme is we're in partnership with the best city in the world because they are AI, they are digital, they are IT. Their future is that, and so is ours. We couldn't have teamed up with a better place than Dubai. And that's one flag. We've got flags all over the world, and we haven't seen nothing yet. And I believe that. How do I believe it? Every week we see something like, I'm thinking, oh my God, I didn't know we had that. I didn't know we could do that. So don't think it's over. Hold your breath. Get a drink of water. We're going on a big run. Red has one more thing. Close it out when you're done, Red.
I certainly will. Because I'm so excited about all this and what's going on, there's a very good quote on one of the films that I really like, which is Kingdom of Heaven with Orlando Bloom and the Crusades and all the rest of it. And if you remember the scenes where he gets shipwrecked and he's on the sand and he fights these two guys on their horses. And the quote from that is very,